guy that left a comment under my "Give her the space to choose you" video. And what this person said, this guy was the guy. So he said, if they or you don't text the next day after a date, the only thing that is going through their mind is, quote, well, he or she's not interested. Moving on. So I'm not sure about the advice of waiting 5 days to text them again. So what I tell you guys is this. I say, you go on a date, your first date, second date, whatever, have a good time, and then you wait a minimum of 4 days before you text them again for the next date. We do this because we want to see if during that time frame, she's going to either come to you or text you out of the blue and be the one to initiate text. Ultimately, you want her to be doing more of the texting in terms of initiation. You want her to be initiating 70 to 80% of the time, and then you initiate 20 to 30% of the time, because I have found in my personal experience that when you make texting 50-50 on her end of things, it feels like you're doing too much texting. So if you're not texting her a whole lot, she has to come to you. And as I always say, if she's chasing you, she can't be replacing you. So this guy's disagreeing with that and saying like, well, because this is where our logic guys gets us in trouble. Okay. We think, okay, logically, if I'm not texting her, how is she going to know that I'm interested? And my response is always, who's to say that she needs to know that you're 100% interested early on? She needs to have an idea or think of that you possibly have other women that like you, because women typically like guys that they know other women like. So you're doing yourself a disservice by showing how eager and needy you are to get with her by trying to text her every single morning, every single day, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, so in answer to his question, where he says, the only thing that's going through their mind is, well, he must not be interested. What I basically said is, that's not my experience. My experience is that when I was that overly texting guy, women tended to back away very quickly. And then what I started doing was I just adhered to, okay, I take a girl out on a date. I'm going to show her on this date the best time she's possibly ever had, to where she's going to be comparing me to other guys and realizing those other guys don't compare. And she's going to want that experience with me again, but she doesn't know when she's going to get it. And the answer is that she's going to get it when I reach out to her. Now, if she's really dying to have that experience again, do you think that she is going to be like, well, he waited more than a day to text me, so even though I had a great experience from that date, I'm not going to do it again? I said, in my experience, what happens is I wait a week or so, I hit them back up, and if they're really highly interested, they say yes. I have found if they're really, really highly interested, I'll take them on a date, I'll show them a good time, and then like that same night, they're texting me, hey, just want you to know I had a great time. And then the next day, hey, just want to see how you're doing today, blah, 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 blah. At which point I come back in and say, hey, I'm doing great. Hey, you know what? I'd love to see you again. Now, this is obviously at this point, I'm not waiting 4 days to ask her out again. What I tell you guys is I wait 4 days between dates to initiate a text. But if it's incoming, I will very, very well say, hey, appreciate you texting, reaching out. You know what? I'd love to take you out again. Let's go out sometime like next week. Let's go out next Thursday or next Tuesday or whatever. Like I'll set the date up. But I found that through trial and error, I got better results when I took a girl out, I showed her a good time, I go home, I don't text her, I wait for her to text me, or I wait 4 days, I text her, I get the date, I go out again and repeat until I hook up or I get in a relationship. So I said, because of that experience, I can't say that they're going to be disinterested, because I think men forget that women have memory like elephants. Like a woman's having a great experience with you today, she's going to want that experience. She's going to remember you next week or 4 days from now, or whenever you text her. I've gone 2 to 3 weeks in between connecting with a woman and still being able to get a date. So you can't live on the male logic of, if I don't communicate, she's not going to be interested, because that logic is not taking into account her feelings, and her feelings are going to supersede any kind of logic she may have. She may very well think, he's waited 4 days and didn't contact me, I should be mad. But her feelings are going to say, but I had a great experience, and you know what? If he asked me out again, I'd probably say yes. So that's what I said. And then he responded. I wrote that, and then he responded, I'll try that next time. Although I've been unmatched before for not following up the day after, but I also got fake friend zone the last 2 times I went on a date, even though I thought it went great. So maybe there was something to that. So here's the thing, guy. I have found that women that are highly structured, this stuff's not going to work on. And you don't want a woman that's highly structured. You want a woman that's going to be easygoing, go with the flow, is going to be willing to like follow your leadership and cater to your program or whatever. So yeah, structured women are going to be like, well, you didn't text me 2 days after the date, therefore I'm not going to bother. And it's like, that woman's not taking into account, you could be busy, You might have been on a ship somewhere and the reception wasn't coming in. You might have been on a work trip where you couldn't have your phones. Like, all they're thinking is, you didn't text me. That's a woman that's about me, I, and is not going to be very flexible in the relationship. Do you want that? You probably don't. So some of these things are actually meant to help you get rid of the wrong kind of women, because the wrong kind of women are very hard to deal with and hard to get rid of, and they will, take you to the cleaners in divorce court. So if you're saying, Harry, I'm doing your stuff and these women aren't sticking around, yeah, those are the wrong women. You did not want them to stick around in the first place, What the French toast? What the French toast? Brothers mad and they still try.